Well, welcome to another assembly. Thank you for joining us this morning. And we've got a few fun things today and a few great things to be able to think about in our assembly. Well, to give us a bit of an update about where things are with COVID, we're going to cross to Mr. Weary, and he's going to fill us in a bit. Thanks, Mr. Weary.
Good morning, families and students. I hope you're doing well this morning and continuing to enjoy the chance to learn about God's world, whether at home or at school. I want to update you with what's happening with COVID and lockdowns and what it means for school. As you know, learning from home will continue this week, and all learning will take place through our virtual learning platform. And thank you for the way you are engaging with your learning. We're expecting an announcement from the Premier in the next day or so about whether students can return to school next week, and if so, what that will look like. We will let you and your family know this information when we have it. We're also waiting to see what things will look like for Year 12, particularly regarding the HSC. And we're also thinking hard about what school will look like when students return, and we are looking forward to a return to normal classroom teaching really soon. We continue to pray for students and families as most of you learn from home. Remember, if you're having any problems with your work, contact your teacher. They are keen to help. And we are looking forward to having students back at school as soon as possible. And remember, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as though working for the Lord, for it is the Lord Christ you're serving. See you soon.
Well, thanks, Mr. Weary. We're going to cross to our heads of school and hear a little bit about faithfulness as they talk to the kids about faithfulness at this time. Thanks, heads of school.
I'm here with Angus, who is in Year 2. Angus, can you tell everybody in the school why is it important that we're working hard at the moment?
Because some people at home might get distracted by playing like computer games and stuff like that.
And so why do people then need to work hard? Because you're right, people might get distracted, but why then should we work hard?
Because we learn more, and if we keep playing computer games, we learn less.
Great answer, thank you, Angus. I'm here with Olive. Olive is in Year 4. Olive, can you tell me why you think it's important for our Year 12 students to be working hard at the moment?
It's important for them to be working harder and harder so that they can get like a job and earn money, and they can soon grow up and maybe make their own business.
That's a really good reason, isn't it?
Well, good morning. I'm here with two of our Year 8 students, Gideon and Kate. Good morning. So I've got a question, and we'll come to you, Gideon, first. The question that we've got for Assembly this morning is, why do you think it's important to remain faithful in this time of disrupted learning?
Well, probably one of the biggest reasons in the long term is it's really going to help you out when you go to like university or try to get a job, or even if just later in school. So stick to it and you won't regret it later on. Trust me.
Thank you, Gideon. And Kate, why do you think one reason why it's important to remain faithful in your learning?
I think it's important because school's meant to help you prepare for your future once all of that stuff happens. And we have an amazing opportunity, like we have such a good school, so we need to use that to our advantage.
Yeah, thanks very much, you two. Thank you. See you later.
Yeah, great to be here. See ya.
All right, so here we are with some of our Year 12 students. As it currently stands on Tuesday morning, we're still not 100% sure what the HSC is going to look like. And so it's really hard to stay focused and maintain your momentum and keep being faithful when you're not quite sure what the outcome's going to be. Mia, what is keeping you going, and why is it important to persevere when things are tough?
So definitely I'm like really struggling right now in the lockdown, which is kind of the same situation for everybody across school. But the main thing that is keeping me going is knowing that persevering and facing adversity is the key to building new skills and building resilience. So, you know, if this keeps going on in the future, myself and everyone else that keeps persevering is able to stay strong, stay resilient, and keep working.
Right answer. I reckon every time we overcome something like that, it actually gets easier the next time. Rach, why is it important for you to be faithful?
I think definitely as a Christian, it's really important to stay faithful to God, and that should really reflect in everything else you do in life. So staying faithful to your schoolwork is definitely one of those things that you can just practice being faithful to anything, as well as just being able to use the gifts and abilities that God has given us just to really, stay faithful to your schoolwork, even when times are hard and tough like they are now.
Yeah, thanks, Rach. Now, Zoe, it's hard when you're doing the HSC and you don't have a real clear indication of what's going to happen. What about if you are a kindergarten student right now? Why do you think it's important for them to be faithful?
I think it's especially important for kindergarten kids to stay faithful because it's the basis of their learning. It's the basis of habit making, and it follows you through your life. And so it's important to stay faithful and learn in the early stages to make sure that you can be strong and confident as you go. And yeah, just interaction with friends and that sort of stuff as well. So it's just super important.
Zoe, thank you. Lovely to see you, Year 12, and I hope we see you face to face sooner rather than later. Thanks heaps.
Well, thanks, heads of school. Well, last week I mentioned the challenge of taking a photo of some flowers, and we had some spectacular photos of flowers that came in. I really liked a few that had some insects, some bees that were there just hovering above the flowers. And it reflects so much about the glory of God in those photos. So thank you so much for sending them in. You can see some of them flashing up on the screen now, but also on our Facebook site as well. So have a look. Well, the challenge for this next week is you've got a choice, either a photo of your pet and the best photo that you can do of it, or a photo of something that you have baked, okay? So a photo of your pet or a photo of something that you've baked. And send it to that same address, which will pop up on the screen now, and we would love to see your photos again. So thanks for sharing them. Well, like we've done in the past, we've had some great tips from our psychologist, Mrs. Taylor. The first week was make sure that you get out in the sun and have some exercise. The second thing was making sure that you get enough sleep. Well, today, Mrs. Taylor is going to talk about another thing which will help you, especially at this time, during the pandemic. Over to Mrs. Taylor.
Oh, hi everyone. Mr. Jones has asked me to come and talk to you guys about health and nutrition today as my one thing that can help us when we're studying and playing and hanging out with our family. So, like my apple here, this is a really good thing to eat. Apples have lots of minerals and nutrients that help us with concentration and focusing, and makes us feel really good. And also I have my water here. Water is really good to be drinking as well. Hydrates us, keeps us feeling fresh. It lubricates everything in our body. Our brain has lots of water, so we need to be drinking lots of water. So water is a really good thing. So in terms of nutrition, we want to have a really healthy diet, and that means eating things across a broad range of foods, such as milk and cheese and yogurt, tofu, beans, any kind of fruits and vegetables that you can think of, any kind of meats that you can think of, chicken, fish, like all these things are really good for our minds. And so, I don't know if you knew this, but your stomach is actually kind of like your second brain. So when you eat something that is really nutritious and really good for us, like some fruit or some vegetables, when it goes into your stomach starts churning it around. You might hear those gurgly sounds like going on because your stomach's getting all the nutrients out of it, and it's actually sending messages up to your top brain saying, yes, I've eaten some lettuce and some chicken and some bread, and you know what? I'm ready to do some study now. Send out all the nutrients to all the different parts of your body so that you can do the things that you need to do. But do you know what? It just doesn't stop there either. It then goes into your large intestine and it keeps churning around, taking all those nutrients out of things like yogurt, bananas, mangoes, carrots, all these things that you've eaten, and sends more messages up to your top brain. It says, I'm still getting all these nutrients and I'm actually feeling really energized right now. But do you know what? It doesn't stop there either. It then goes to your small intestine and it still churns around and gets all the nutrients out. Things that you might have eaten for breakfast, like porridge or wheat bix or Vegemite on toast, all that kind of good stuff that we're eating, pulls all the nutrients out of it, sends it back up to our top brain. Yes, I'm really set for my day. I can focus, I can concentrate, I can play, I can study, I can do all the things that I need to do because I'm eating a wide variety of foods. And then guess what? It actually does stop there. So that's my top tip for this week. Eat a wide variety of foods, fruits, vegetables, meats, beans, legumes, dairy products, anything that you can think of that's the rainbow of the fresh fruit and vegetables that you have at your house. And that's my challenge for you this week, to add a bit more veggies, add a bit more fruit, add a bit more dairy, and have a great week, everyone. See you next time.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Taylor. Well, I want to talk to you now a little bit more about what it means to persevere. And to persevere means to hang on. And sometimes it kind of means to hang on even when things get a little bit tough in our lives. So what does it mean to persevere through challenges, and what are the things which can actually help us hang on when things get tough? I thought I'd give the junior school kids a little bit of a challenge on this about hanging on. Have a look at this. You getting tired?
Yeah.
Ready to drop yet?
I'm not going to drop.
You're not going to drop. Okay, this is taking way longer than I thought it would, and my hands are starting to get sore.
You can't hold on. Oh, how long do we have to do this for?
All right, should we all give up?
No.
No! I want you to give up. Please. Please, can someone give up? Oh, okay, we're ready. I'm going to go down. 1, 2, 3, I'm down. I'm out. Oh, my arms are so sore. I've got to ask you a question though, guys. If you were, like, say under here, instead of it being ground, if it was like a pool of sharks, do you think you'd hold on longer?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what about if it was like 100 metres above the ground? Do you think you'd hold on longer then?
Yes.
Yeah? Yeah, how come?
Because maybe you don't want to get eaten by a shark.
Yeah, I think that's right. All right, well, thanks, guys. You guys are like the best hangers-on as ever.
Good job, Mr.
Well done
Jones.
hanging on.
Good job.
Wow, okay. Well, I wonder what helps you hang on or persevere when things get tough. When you are struggling to do the classwork at home, and you might just want to put on Netflix or a YouTube clip or something like that. But can I just say, it is so important to hang on and to persevere with your study. Probably now more than anything. And it's good to think about not just what you do, but to think about why you do things. For me, when things get tough, I remember that it is God that has given me my gifts and abilities. Psalm 73:26 says, "My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever." I believe that all things come from Jesus and are for Him. And I persevere in all things because of what He has done for me. And I encourage you guys to do the same. All right, well, look, thank you very much for joining us for today's assembly. Well, we have got one thing left, and you need to watch this one right to the very end. It's a gripping episode, and once again, let me introduce you to the investigators.
Joshua? Joshua? Ah.
Yes, Charlie boy.
Jono? Ah.
No. What's up, big dog?
Fellas, Dave has informed me he has already gone undercover. And this is the plan. He said to pass on that we all must go undercover.
Don't you tell me what to do, young whippersnapper. Don't you? Does these superpowers gone to your head? Don't you tell me what to do.
Take this, Davis.
Oh. Whoa, hold up, boys. He's getting in our head. We've got to come together. We've got to unite. We've just really got to be bursting chalk, boy. Really.
Oh, thank you, Jonathan. Thank you for being the voice of reason.
That's what I am.
Whoa, there's Chalk Boys trying to join our call.
Let him in.
He's joining.
What on earth?
I don't know what we're going to do. He's got powers, chalky powers.
This is the plan.
Okay.
Jono, you and I are going to infiltrate the classroom as students.
Good plan.
Joshua, you are going to infiltrate the classroom as Professor Schnitzelberger.
Well, Schnitzelberger, great fit.
Do you mean?
He won't expect it.
Do you mean Professor von Schnitzel?
Oh, Professor von Schnitzel. Sorry. Yes.
But he doesn't have any hair.
You're going to have to take one for the team here. You're going to have to lose your hair.
Can do it.
Professor von Schnitzel, ready for action. Go, Gadget Man. We're moving in. We need something else. What do you got for us?
Well, I came up with some tranquilizer pens. Take the cap off, push the button. Knocks people out.
Very good. Okay. Let's see how this works. Oopsies.
Wow, these are cool. All you seem to do is You've got to try this. This is amazing. You just take the lid off.
What do you do?
Yeah, and then just tap the back, and just whoever's.
Like that. These are good.
So take the lid off.
Take the lid off
and just
hit the.
Oh, I just shot the camera woman. Hello, wake up.
2 hours later.
Okay, investigators, look, thank you so much for coming in. I don't know what we'd do without you. The plan is, Investigator Dave told me to pass on that you're going to sneak into the classroom and you're going to pretend to be a professor and you're going to be 2 kids here for a trial day, okay? Got it? And try to uncover this mystery. Let's go.
Hi, Mr. Jones.
Oh, Mr. Patterson, good to see you this morning.
Good to see you too.
Got a few guests here.
Okay.
We've got renowned Professor...
Professor von Schnitzel.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Yes, just here to see your COVID operations.
Oh, okay. Well, yep, great. Okay, sure.
Yeah, very, very well-known professor, and we've got 2 students here for a trial day as well.
Oh, okay. What's your name?
Jimothy.
Jimothy? Hi, Jimothy.
I'm little boy Jimothy.
You've got a very deep voice, Jimothy, but welcome. We're glad to have you.
I'm Jimmy!
Hey, wow, you got a strong handshake there.
They're a little bit behind in their learning, but I'm sure that you can
Sorry,
can catch
I didn't
them
know
up.
that I had new students today.
Just here for a trial day.
Sure.
Yeah, sorry. So,
Okay.
yeah, I'm sure that you can accommodate them.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Whatever the principal requires, I will do.
Yeah, no, thank you. And I'm sure that Professor Schnitzel, will be a great help for you.
Okay, all right, sure. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Thank you,
all right.
Mr. Patterson.
No worries. Okay, thanks.
It's definitely him. I'm gonna take a shot.
I'm going to play a cool man's games.
Okay.
Excuse me, Mr. Patterson. My
Yes,
computer's
David.
not working.
It's not working? What's wrong? Let's have a look.
I don't know.
Let's get out of here. We need backup. Fellas, it's David.
Put it on speakerphone.
I'll put him on speaker. Dave!
Dave!
David!
Joshua, I know who it is.
He's found the accomplice.
I think I'm going to be able to get them. That's right. I'm sure I can get them. It's...
Dave! David?
Dave.
Dave!
Dave!
No!
Whoa. What happened? Where am I? Investigators. Help! Help me. Investigators. Help me.